Hey everyone, it's Aaron at Warmoth, and today I'm going to tell you 5 things you may not know about the original Floyd Rose tremolo. So the original Floyd Rose tremolo has been around a long time, since the 80s, and it's been used by a lot of guitar players, and it's been copied and licensed, and it exists in many different iterations. Today I am talking about the original Floyd Rose tremolo, the one that Warmoth sells, and there are a few things about it that you may not know. So let's get started. Number 1, Floyd Rose nuts are numbered according to their nut width. So R2, well, the R refers to right. If you get an L2, then it's left-handed. So the numbers that refer to the nut widths are 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. For 6 string, they're 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 is a 1 and 5/8 nut width. 3 and 4 are both 1 and 11/16, and the 5 is 1 and 3/4. And so you may be wondering, why are there 2 1 and 11/16 nut width nuts? And the difference is the string spacing. One of them has standard spacing, that's the R4 or the 4, and one of them has narrower string spacing, and that's the 3, and it's basically a 1 and 11/16 inch width with 1 and 5/8 inch spacing. So which one is for you? Well, I like the one with the narrower string width because it gives me a little bit more room down the edges of the fretboard without, pulling a string over the side of the neck, which I can do sometimes. Number 2, all of these nuts have a 10-inch radius except for one, and that is the R3, and that has a 12-inch radius. Number 3, the bridge on an original Floyd Rose comes with a 10-inch radius, but when you go to set the intonation, you're going to be loosening all these little hex screws here, and when you loosen the 4 in the middle, maybe you have to loosen all 6 of them. There, I can hear it. I can hear it happening. When you loosen them, this little shim falls out from underneath the saddles, and now it's a 12-inch radius. So it comes stock as a 10-inch radius because this shim is in there. Pull the shim out, 12-inch radius. Number 4, the stock tremolo arm that comes with the little threaded collar can be replaced. Floyd Rose sells an aftermarket bar that actually has a nylon insert and a push-in bar so that when you work the bar back and forth, there's no slop at all. Open letter to Floyd Rose. I would love it if you would make that the standard option instead of this. Number 5. You typically see a Floyd Rose nut mounted on a neck using these 2 little black screws that come up from the underside of the neck. But you can also mount a Floyd Rose nut with 2 little wood screws that are included. They come in from the top, and then when you look at it from the back of the neck, there's no holes or anything. The nut is held on by these 2 little wood screws from the top. However, Warmoth doesn't recommend doing that, and the reason why is because if you just mount it with these 2 little screws, over time, using the bar, that pulling back and forth on the nut will eventually cause these screws to loosen up and the nut will become loose. When we use it with the more common screws that go all the way through the neck, we've never seen that happen. Also, a lot of people complain that they don't like the Floyd because it's so hard to change strings. I would argue that in some ways it's easier. You do have to clip the ball end off to lock it in here, but you know what you don't have to do is flip the guitar up on its side 6 times to load a string in from the back. You can just lay the guitar out on its back and do everything you need to do from the top of the guitar. It's just a different skill set, and when you learn how to string up a Floyd Rose, you can do it in almost the same time that you can with a vintage trem. That's my argument anyway. If you like these videos, make sure and let my bosses know by clicking subscribe. I said click subscribe, but it would be click subscribe. Everything's backward when you're on film. Anyway, click subscribe, click subscribe to let my bosses know that you want to see more of these videos. And if you have any other questions, make sure and check out our website or give our customer service reps a call. And until next time, keep on picking.